All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to another Genshin Impact drip marketing reaction video. I'm sitting down right now to record the Genshin Impact official Luna 3 drip marketing reveal. Anthony just put the drip marketing together, and I think it's confirmed at this point that we can expect drip marketing for the remainder of the Nodcry patches to be on the Friday following the patch's release. In the past, they used to be the Monday before a patch, and then after Natlan, they became the Monday following a patch. And I think for Nodcry, we're now getting it the same week of a patch's release, the upcoming Friday. So very excited for that. We got Nefer 6 weeks ago, and now we're in the second half. I actually just started doing the Luna 2 content with Act 3's Archon Quest. That's up on my Twitch channel and my VOD channel on YouTube if you guys haven't checked it out yet. We're actually going to be going through the Act 2 Archon Quest this Saturday on Twitch and my YouTube MurderofBirds VOD channel. But Act 3 was spectacular, at least for what I'm expecting for this drip marketing. We might get drip marketing tomorrow, depending on if it's one character, two characters, or three characters, because I'm expecting Varka, Durin, and Jahoda. Jahoda being the 4-star, Varka and Durin being the 5 stars. So we might get more drip marketings over the next couple of days with Friday, Saturday, and maybe even Sunday, depending on how many we get. But I'm expecting Varka, Durin, and Jahoda at this point. Jahoda and Varka were featured during Act 3. I think Durin and Albedo are going to be featured in Act 4, given what they showcased during the Luna 2 special program trailer. And I'm excited for all of them, honestly. I kind of started Nodcry with a little bit of hubris in my attempts to remain steadfast in not pulling for certain characters. I pulled for Lauma. I said I was going to skip her. I pulled for Nefer. I said I was going to skip her. I said I was going to skip Jahoda, but she's been so goated. I feel compelled to get her if she's a 4-star on a banner with a 5-star that I'm already going for. And I absolutely want Durin. Out of any of the characters they've showcased, he is my number one, must pull character. I am getting him no matter what. He is the brother of my favorite 5-star, being Albedo, and everything that they've delivered from Simulanka to Dragonspine and everything else in between, all of the Albedo content, Rhine-Daughter's story and everything. He is an absolute must-pull character in all of Nodcry. And Varka, long-standing member of the Knights of Favonius, the Grandmaster who's been teased since launch. I'm probably going to pull for the rest of the Nodcry characters, basically, so I have to just budget myself a little bit and just brace myself. But really quick, I just want to say thank you to Anthony for taking the time to do this drip marketing. I think he did this immediately after he got out of work, so I really appreciate that. Also, you guys watching these videos, the viewership that these videos get directly pays for Ant, so Anthony gets compensated directly from how well these videos do. So I really appreciate all of you guys watching. And just a quick showcase here. Anthony did tell me, so these 5 people, this is in Anthony's Millie Astro Wonderland lobby. So it's Anthony Emerald, one of my mods, and I don't know who specifically, but I know the other 4 is Effortless Fury, aka David, another one of my mods, as well as Vantahex, Zedric, and Java Hikage. And these are all people that are active in my Twitch streams as well as my Discord server. So shout out to you guys. Thank you all for being featured and including yourselves in this little segment here. But yeah, very excited. I no matter who it is, I'm probably gonna pull for them. I'm hoping for Durin. I'm expecting Varka, but we'll see how many characters we get over the next couple of days. So with all of that said, let us check out the Genshin Impact Luna 3 drip marketing. Oh my god. Oh my goodness. Holy shit, it's Durin. Oh my god, is that his... Oh, that looks like okay, he has his own 5-star weapon. That almost looked like the Festering Desire for a second. Oh my god, Durin is playable, and he's coming out next patch, Luna 3. Wow, look at him. He looks so sick. He's got his tail. He's got his dragon wings. I love the Scarlet Quartz for him. Oh my god, guys, I am triple crowning him and getting him to level 100 on day of release. I am going to absolutely make sure they're probably going to have either another world boss for him or maybe some new materials, but I am absolutely going to try to get him to level 100 and triple crown him. Durin is going to be my second level 100 character after Razor, who is my favorite overall character in Genshin. Durin's going to be my second level 100. And I'm going to basically be hoarding all of my boss materials because I don't know which weekly boss mat he's going to take. I don't know if they're going to get a new boss as well. But, okay, so Luna 2 is going to be continuing on. I don't think Columbina might be the patch. I don't know when Nodcry is going to end, so I actually have no idea when Columbina is going to come out or if they're going to get through a couple more characters before Columbina. Wow. The Undying Fire, a dragon born from M's pen. Holy shit, that is cinema. Anya M. Anders' daughter, my favorite Hexenzirkel witch. Believe it or not, I know a lot of people would expect that to be Rhine daughter, but it is in fact Anya, which is funny because I recently did the Imaginarium Theater and I actually got the Empress card for my Luna Arcana, which is the card based on Anya. So I got Anya's card, who is the creator and basically new mother of Simulanka Durin. So he has like, this new Durin is like the combined of both of them. So like this is Simulanka Durin, whose mother was Anders' daughter, but also Dragonspine Durin, which is Rhine daughter's mother. The family tree is kind of crazy with Durin in particular. He's also a fraction of the Bakunawa with a piece of its flesh that went into creating it. Albedo is his brother slash new creator slash father. It's kind of cooked, but wow, we are here. Shout out to Kiko, shout out to Vantahex for the little chibi arts. Let us change our camera positioning here and let us finally read the first bits of lore for Durin. Oh my goodness. Okay. This is official reading this. Hold on. Oh, scourge of the wicked worm Tasrak, beast who defy destiny's yoke. Mine left eye hath pierced the weave of causality interwoven. The newborn, birthed from reverie unto this world, shall render the annihilation of 3,000 universes. Upon the descent of the final hour of divine reckoning, once more declare that forbidden name to his fated nemesis. What main Fräulein means to say is, never mind. The Prinzessin der Verurteilung, Fischl von Luftschloss-Narfadord, and the great Sekretar, most noble Osvaldo von Hrafnavines. Name Durin, title The Undying Fire, a dragon born from M's pen. Vision, Pyro, Constellation, Draco, Rubedo, which is the third stage of the alchemical process with Negrito, Albedo, Rubedo, and then Citrinitas, which is like perfection. Oh my goodness, Durin. I cannot wait to meet you. I have not seen him yet. I believe he's in Act 4 with Albedo in that little reunion section that they have. So I'm excited to meet Durin officially. We're going to be doing the Archon quest on Saturday. But my goodness, this is so spectacular. And I just realized this now too, but if you notice, his title is The Undying Fire, a dragon born from M's pen. So M being Anya M. Anders' daughter, who is a member of the Hexenzirkel. She's one of the Hexenzirkel witches. And what does that remind you of? Anybody? The Little Witch in the Undying Fire book that we got the patch before Simulanka. The Little Witch in the Undying Fire book released in version 4.7. For those who didn't read it, we did do a reading session to that book when it came out last year. It was basically a collaborative book created by the other Hexenzirkel witches that was meant to be a gift for Anya, but she died before the book was finished. And it was the Little Witch and the Undying Fire. And as you read through the book, you realize that the Hexenzirkel witches created the Little Witch as a stand-in for Anya. So Anya is the Little Witch, and Durin was the Undying Fire that she went on to create in the Book of Simulanka to bring to life, to bring into actual being, where Albedo basically finished the alchemical process and brought him to life in paralogism. Hoyoverse was cooking with Durin's lore since even, I mean, granted, they've been cooking for his lore forever, but now the Little Witch in the Undying Fire book contextually also ties in with Anya's goal, seeking out the Undying Fire. I think it was her means of seeking out a way of saving Durin and seeking out the Undying Fire, which is him. He's her Undying Fire. So Durin will basically carry on into the world and like carry on as her legacy, something that she birthed to kind of have a new start at life. So again, Anya M, I think that's where I declared the Little Witch in the Undying Fire book is where I declared that Anya M. Anders' daughter is my favorite Hexenzirkel witch. But the fact that that book in retrospect tied in a lot of the lore that is still coming to fruition with Durin. Again, the Little Witch being Anya, the Undying Fire being Durin, and the fact that that book almost kind of foreshadows what we have now, where the Undying Fire is kind of like carrying on her legacy as, you know, Simulanka Durin plus Dragonspine Durin becoming this new creation because of her ultimately, right? His mom practically. I think that's awesome. I think that's just another tip of the hat for Hoyoverse and the writing team and just kind of setting up everything with Durin. And again, that book came out the patch before Simulanka, which then Simulanka kind of kickstarted this resurrection arc for Durin, which I love. But yeah, I just noticed, I was like, wait a minute, the Undying Fire reminds me of the Little Witch in the Undying Fire, and then that reminded me of Anders' daughter, and then lo and behold, they foreshadowed it before we even got Anya in Simulanka to begin with. So top tier writing, top tier foreshadowing. Hoyoverse stays cooking with Durin more than ever. I cannot wait to get this character, and I just wanted to showcase that for those of you who may have missed it. All right, and let's check out what else we have here. Okay, huge lore right now. Oh my god, I'm getting him to Friendship 6 as soon as possible. I cannot wait to read his lore. In the past, when outsiders asked about Durin's story in Mondstadt, most locals would recount a dire tragedy. How the wicked dragon Durin descended amidst a tide of monsters, battling Dvalin across the skies, brought untold calamity upon Mondstadt, and finally fell upon the Snow Mountain. This is crazy too when you think about it, because Durin's true story has now been rewritten. He is no longer a tragic story. I mean, granted, it still pertains within the histories of Mondstadt, right? The cataclysm and stuff. People will always remember that. But I wonder if people will ever catch wind that this Durin is that Durin, or if, you know, whenever he talks to people that recount Mondstadt stories, if they'll just be like, oh, you share the same name with the dragon that died in Mondstadt. You know, I don't know if anyone will truly know what Durin is. Granted, he has the horns, he has the wings, he has the tail, so it's kind of like it's right there in front of you. But I don't know, I wonder what people are gonna think, because like there's always characters in the game who have like animalistic traits, right? Like the Adepti, for example, like Yanfei and things of that nature. So I mean, Lauma has antlers, for Christ's sake. Yeah, I'm curious how people are going to react and respond to Durin, especially whenever he goes back to Mondstadt. All right, let us continue. And yet, not long ago, when outsiders inquired about Durin's story again, answers varied. Some continued to tell the tragedy at the mountain, while others would mention a horned youth and share humorous anecdotes about his embarrassing moments at the tavern and how he and Klee were oh my god! Guys! He's actually interacting in the world. He's met Klee. He's interacted with Klee. Him and Klee got in trouble by Jean. Oh my goodness. Share amusing anecdotes of his embarrassing moments at the tavern and how he and Klee were scolded by acting Grandmaster Jean. Has a new version of Durin's story emerged? With such doubts in mind, some outsiders would find their way to Mondstadt's most renowned bard, hoping for an answer. And that bard would gently strum his strings while gazing towards the distant sky. No. Best consider it a wholly new story, a far brighter one. And that's probably Venti, because Venti and Dvalin took down the original dragon Durin. And so Venti's looking upon this as like a new chapter, which is crazy because he still has an essence of Dragon Spine Durin, who just wanted to be friends with Dvalin and Venti. And now this Durin has so many opportunities now. He can rekindle his relationship with Dvalin and Venti in the future. Maybe Dvalin will come back and they'll have a new kind of relationship. He'll still be able to be best friends with Wanderer. He'll have a new rekindled relationship with Albedo, you know, granted that, you know, because they're siblings, that he brought him into new being. I am so excited. He's already met Klee, so they have like a sibling kind of kindredship, right? They're both getting into like shenanigans and things of that nature. And he is like a newborn, right? He's brought into new life, new being, and new experiences all the same. Very different from his mini Durin times, I would say. You know, just being a little mini dragon flying around with Wanderer in Tevat. I am so excited, guys. You have no idea. I cannot wait. I'm getting his 5-star weapon as well, but I cannot wait for Durin. I am pulling for him day one. I am praying to God that I get him as soon as possible. I'm pulling for him. I'm pulling for his signature weapon. I'm actually going to be pulling for his weapon. I'm actually going to have like the craziest ritual. So you guys know about the Simulanka corner that I dubbed. It's in the Tenochtitlan's Gwitzli Ridge. There's this one area that's completely dedicated to Simulanka. I am pulling for Durin there, and then we're going to Dragonspine to Durin's heart, and I'm actually going to be pulling for his weapon there. So there's going to be 2 specific location rituals for Durin, for both the character and the weapon, that are very like connected to him as a person, as a dragon, as a human. I can't believe it. I can't believe he's in the game. And this is the first look at him. Yeah, absolutely. Let me know if you guys are pulling for Durin, if you guys are skipping. What do you guys think about all of this lore that we got so far? This is so incredible. Also, I think it's crazy that Fischl had something to say. I mean, granted, Fischl met Simulanka Durin, but I still think it's interesting that, you know, Fischl's constantly dropping heat. The flowers for Princess Fischl's story, the Imanakreich, you know, the Abyss and stuff like that. She's always just talking about things that have like some type of allegorical connections to Khaenri'ah and, you know, to Teyvat as a whole and to other worlds beyond the stars. And I know she's playing up a story, playing up a character, but I also think Chang the Ninth was kind of spitting when he made that book in the first place, because it's basing everything off of like things that we tangibly know. So Fischl's also incredibly lore focused, and the fact that that story also kind of has some kind of connection to Durin is interesting. So it's just another thing. It's almost like the book is a reflection of Teyvat, even though Simulanka was already that as well. But anyways, that's gonna do it for me. I'm going to edit and get this video uploaded as soon as possible. Let me know what you guys thought about my reactions, my thoughts. Are you guys pulling for Durin? Are you guys excited? Everything in the comment section down below. I will keep an eye out tomorrow, or rather later tonight. Technically, it's the next day, but I'm expecting we're gonna get drip marketing tomorrow as well. And so it'll probably be either Varka or Jahoda, I'm expecting, since we got Durin. Varka has already been featured in the story. Jahoda has been featured since last patch. So I'm expecting Varka and Durin to, or Varka or Jahoda to be next. So all of that will come in due time, so be on the lookout. But thank you guys so much for watching. As always, leave your thoughts in the comment section down below, and I will see you all in the next one. Take care. Me, when I spread misinformation on the internet. Gamers, we're back for part 2, Electric Boogaloo, for the Genshin Impact Luna 3 drip marketing. I just recorded my reactions to Durin's drip marketing a couple of hours ago. I remembered that, like, the last time we got drip marketing, like, back-to-back for characters, they did it at midnight and then 6 a.m., not midnight to midnight. And lo and behold, I was right. Anthony messaged me. I'm staying up right now because the Honkai Star Rail special program is in an hour for 3.7, so this is the first time in a long time that I'm actually going to be batching together drip marketing videos over just trying to get the Durin video out as soon as possible, only to have to do it again, and then I have the special program. So I hope you guys look forward to this. This is probably going to be posted after the Star Rail stream, just because it is cutting it a little bit close. But we have another character. I don't know if we're going to get a third character at midnight today. It really depends if this is a 5-star or a 4-star. Now that we have Durin, I can only expect that it's actually Jahoda at this point, because she released before Varka, and it would be kind of ridiculous to have Jahoda release after Varka, despite her being showcased when Nodcry initially came out last patch. So I actually do think that this patch will probably be like Durin and Jahoda on the first half banner, and then maybe they'll do rerun banners in the second half with like Albedo or something, because I know obviously Albedo is going to be featured in the story. So first half will probably be Durin, Jahoda. Second half will be like Albedo and somebody else for the reruns. But that's just personal speculation. They could do Varka in the second half and then Jahoda with Durin in the first half. So with all of that said, I'm very excited to see what they have in store. I am definitely pulling for Durin. I hope you guys enjoyed the reaction of that. And without further ado, let us check out the Genshin Impact Luna 3 Drip Marketing Part 2. Yes, it's her. Let's go. Jahoda is finally here. Absolute Cinema has arrived. Nice, nice, nice. And she is affiliated with the Curatorium of Secrets. So I got a little bit of flack in my last video when I did my Nefer polls, because I mentioned, oh, I wonder if we ever get other Curatorium of Secrets characters, if they're gonna have the same like intel tracking ability as Nefer. And for some reason, Jahoda went over my head, because I personally associate her, for some strange reason, I associate her with the treasure hoarders, because she is a bounty hunter. And I wish she had some like tangible lore connecting her to Reed Miller, given all of the treasure hoarder lore and Reed Miller lore that we've gotten throughout the world quests of Luna 1. So that was my own personal headcanon, that I'm like, oh, I wonder if she's affiliated with the treasure hoarders. She still might be, but her alliance right now is with the Curatorium working under Nefer. So she might, I don't know if that's going to be a feature with 4 stars and 5 stars, but obviously Nefer can scan up to 6 characters. And if Jahoda can too, I assume the lockout is between all characters that can scan like that. So Jahoda might be able to scan. I'm not sure what her overworld mechanic is going to be. And I don't know if Durin's going to have one either, because he's technically a Mondstadt character. But anyways, we finally got her, Jahoda. if she is 4-star, I assume she's 4-star, I'll definitely be pulling for her or hoping to snipe at least a copy of her going for Durin. But yeah, very excited. Let's check this out. So we have also, again, shout out to Vanta Hex and Kiko for the cute little chibi arts there. All right, let's check this out. Very well, I will hold your hand and not leave your side. However, given the delayed onset of sleep you experienced last time compared to the time before, I propose implementing Aino's favorite sleep aid, hugging. Oh my god, this is it. Yep, Inefa. Very well, I will hug you, Jahoda. I will not leave your side. Inefa, the metal-faced lunkhead who has more or less developed a sense of humor. The sense of humor bit's funny because I'm doing the anecdotes off stream. I'm compiling all of them together for a video. But Aino just updated Inefa's like humor module, and then she took it away, and now she's just trying to like fine-tune it a little bit for her to come up with more creative ways of telling jokes that aren't over the top complicated. So I think that's really funny. Obviously, Jahoda has a thing against robots. She is kind of like a robo-racist, which is kind of crazy. I wonder if it has anything to do with how she lost her arm, or if that was a product of, you know, robots or whatever. But yeah, it's just kind of interesting. Like, a lot of people kind of treat Inefa with respect and courtesy, and she's really cool and all that. And then Jahoda's over here talking smack every 2 seconds. So I'm very interested to learn about her. She's become one of my favorite characters in Nodcry, and she absolutely steals the show. She was great in Act 3. She was great in Act 1 and throughout Luna 1, I would say. So very excited for her. I'm definitely going to try to snipe a copy of her. So we have Jahoda with the title Wind-Threading Shadow and the official employee of the Curatorium of Secrets. And she actually does not have a moon wheel. She has a vision. I was confused about that too. I confused the Nodcry casings with moon wheels. So like, there's no like visual distinction. I guess it really comes down to whether or not they can harness Kuvaki within the vision, or within the, I guess, the vision itself. So if your vision has Kuvaki, it's a moon wheel. If it doesn't have Kuvaki, then it doesn't. So unfortunately, Jahoda does not have Lunar Swirl, which is unfortunate. So she just has a vision. So I'm very interested in general to see how that performs, you know, because Aino doesn't either. But I'm assuming Lunar Swirl will be something that we get down the line. And she has the constellation Fragum. So overall, good stuff for her. Let's check out the, oh my yap, holy essaying, Jesus Christ. Oh my god, this is so much text. Holy moly. Okay, let's lock the fuck in. Let's get the bread. Let's get this bread. Day after day, amidst all the noise and mishaps, the people of Nashua Town have grown thoroughly familiar with the one and only official employee of the Curatorium of Secrets, Miss Jahoda. Sometimes she struts out of the Curatorium with all of the self-importance in the world, bounding through the streets just to buy herself an extra large sugar sculpture. Sometimes she springs furiously across rooftops, chasing down a client who tried to scam her, despite the fact that she's like Dory's biggest fan. But anyways, other times she'll slump by the Curatorium's front steps, head bowed, motionless, as Ashru plays with her undone braids. Many have posed the similar question to Lady Nefer. In a town so full of rare gifts and inquisitive minds, why place her faith in a girl so ordinary? Perhaps even a touch clumsy. Nefer's reply never changes. At any rate, just trust my judgment. However, on especially awful days, even Jahoda will ask feebly, with her head hanging low, Boss Nef, there's no chance you'll fire me suddenly, right? Why would I do that? If you're gone, who's going to feed Ashru and refill his water? Really? That's the reason? But, Ashru, you little rascal, get off. That braid took me forever. Meow, meow, meow. Nefer leans her chin against her hand, watching the girl and the cat in their usual tangle of play and fuss. She knows Jahoda will continue to grow, that one day Jahoda will learn to navigate every rocky patch and treacherous storm and steer her own life with a steady hand. And when that time comes, the girl who began with nothing but herself will have to face the question, where does her path truly lead? To Nefer, it's a question interesting enough to observe. To Jahoda, it's an answer important enough to chase after. I love that so much for her. She's on a journey of self-discovery. It seems like she needs to find her purpose in life, which is great. You know, Jahoda, you know, she's obviously always in her own head, having her internal monologues, over analyzing, over critical of everything and kind of like spiraling out in her own little brain. And so it's great that Nefer actually sees the potential in her, and she has a lot of potential, right? Like when the going gets tough, the tough gets going. I have so much respect for her during Act 3. I'm not going to spoil it, but I have so much respect for her. I was so blown away by that entire spec. I was shocked that we got it that early, but the fact that she stood her ground, she popped off, and she was still, you know, she's been consistently putting in work, consistently showing up. And even when she feels like running away, she always like second guesses herself and knows that she's capable. And so she's been like such a star, like debut Star Spangled character right out the gate, and super strong overall. So I'm very excited to learn more about her lore. I want to know what happened to her arm. I want to know if she's affiliated in any way with the treasure hoarders, with Reed Miller, and like learn more about her. She seems very flawed as a character, very personable. I also love that her VA is like super active on Twitter and like engages with her fans and the community in general. So I think she has a really great VA behind her as well. The performance has been stellar. And yeah, overall, just really want to learn more about Jahoda. We're definitely going to be checking her out when she comes out. I'm hoping that she's on the banner. Hopefully, if there's no other characters after this, I hope they don't like pull a Durin in the first half and then Jahoda on the second half by herself. I hope that they're paired together, because then it makes my pulling a lot easier to try to get both of them while I'm going for Durin anyways. So yeah, that is everything, guys. Let me know if you guys are going to be pulling for Jahoda. I hope you guys enjoyed this full video. I know it's probably lengthy because I'm smacking dab both of these you know, drip marketing videos together, but it just felt more appropriate to do it this way. At the time of recording right now, this video will be posted in a couple of hours after the 3.7 special program, but that video will still be posted a little bit after this one. So yeah, overall, just let me know what you guys think about the commentary, about the lore that we got. Are you guys pulling for Durin? Are you guys pulling for Jahoda? Are you guys skipping and still saving for like Columbina or Varka or any other characters down the line? At this point, I am cooked. I'm already going for Durin, so if Jahoda's on the banner, I'm going to try to snipe a copy of her, but I'm not going to break the bank for it. But I'm very much interested in as many of these characters as possible. And yeah, very excited to see where we go from here. But thank you so much for watching. As always, leave your thoughts in the comment section down below, and I will see you all in the next one. Take care.